Hello, how you guys doing? What's up, honey? When I tell you, you guys know we are in the thick of the Diddy trial, and we cannot forget about Jaguar, you're right. After all, she was the one that led the march to Diddy to get everybody to know that Diddy, he is a monster of a person. So I came across this video I think you guys will love to react to. It says Jaguar reveals how Diddy Goons kidnapped missing witness in federal trial. Whoa. And if anybody knows, you know she's going to know. So let's watch this video and let's see what they have to say about this. Are you guys ready? Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot.
Y'all, this Diddy court case stuff is going down, and Jaguar Wright just confirmed that Diddy allegedly kidnapped the prosecution's star witness, and this case just got crazier than we even thought it was. A couple of days ago, the prosecutors gave us a major shocker when they announced that their number one witness had suddenly gone missing. Nobody has been able to get in touch with her, not even her lawyers. At first, we thought she just ghosted everybody, but according to Jaguar Wright, this has Diddy's fingerprints all over it. He's claiming that Diddy allegedly got to the witness, and given the allegations surrounding Diddy, it's not exactly shocking. Now, Jaguar Wright isn't just talking that talk, because she also pulled up with some receipts, and it looks like she's going to be one of the keys to taking Diddy down. So who exactly is this mysterious witness, and how did Diddy manage to get to her before the feds? Let's break it down. So everybody knows that Diddy's trial is going to be written in history as one of the messiest legal battles. But we didn't think that it was going to get this crazy this fast, at least not from the first week. But the trial and the situation has been messy since before the days of time. Because on the very first day of the trial, the jury was also given names of high-profile names like rapper Kid Cudi and Kanye West, Destiny's Child singer Michelle Williams, actors Mike Myers and Lauren London, and singer Don Richard, who previously signed to Combs Bad Boy Records. According to some reports, Michael B. Jordan's name was brought up on the first day of jury selection as a pool of potential jurors were quizzed on their knowledge of a list of celebrities who could be referenced during the 8-week trial. According to Rolling Stone, Michael B. Jordan and Cassie spent time together in 2015 and is referenced in Ventura's November 2023 lawsuit against Combs. During a break in Combs' relationship with R&B singer, Ventura began a flirtatious relationship with an actor, now revealed to be Jordan. In 2015, according to her lawsuit, when Combs found out, he allegedly called the actor and threatened him. Now, we thought that was going to be one of the messiest things we could find out about this trial. That was new information. So imagine how shocked we were when we found out that the star witness for the prosecution had suddenly gone missing. According to reports, feds admitted that one of the 4 key witnesses set to testify in New York federal trial may not turn up to take the witness stand. More reports revealed that only a few weeks ago, Big 3, as she is called in the indictment against Combs, has pledged to testify in the criminal trial that will likely see the plea deal rejecting Grammy-winning defendant in prison for the rest of his life if found guilty. Shielded from having to give her real name, 3, according to the court filings, would have detailed for the court and the jury just how Diddy allegedly exploited her. To put into perspective just how bad this is, it puts the prosecution's case at a major risk because she is their major witness. Without her, their case is very shaky, which may lead to Diddy walking free. According to reports, Big 3 may provide Combs' legal team with the tools to bring the case to a standstill, at least for now. Expected before Judge Aaron Subramanian at around 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard to solidify the jury and hear an update on 3 from the feds. The defense is planning to ask for a mistrial or seek a delay in the start of the trial. Law enforcement sources say that they believe Victoria has gone dark out of fear for her safety, but would not give any specifics. So according to Jaguar Wright, Victoria did not go dark because she was allegedly kidnapped by Diddy's goons to stop her from testifying at the trial. But the interesting thing is that Victoria disappeared only a few days after she finally agreed to testify under her real name. Since the investigation began, her identity has remained a secret, known only to the investigators and prosecutors. But the moment her identity became known, she suddenly disappeared for no reason. Yeah, the math ain't mathing at all, and it's easy to see why Jaguar believes that there might be some foul play involved. Well, fans are speculating about Victoria's real identity, and there are rumors that it could be Diddy's former sidekick Gina Hume. This is interesting because Gina suddenly went dark on her Instagram, and there have been no posts from her. Plus, we already know that Diddy isn't exactly treating Gina the best because she admitted in an interview with Tasha K that Diddy was horrible to her. She also revealed that she had gotten pregnant with his baby twice, but he always forced her to get rid of it. Now, the wild part is that she didn't just call out Diddy. She low-key hinted that young Miami had a hand in the mess too. And honestly, people have been picking up on that for a while now, especially with the way that Miami's been moving on social media.
Meet his kid.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Now, when we spoke the other night, you said that things had gotten so serious that you became pregnant. Not once, but twice, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When was the first time you became pregnant with Diddy's child?
The first time was October 2014.
Okay. So this was like, what, a year after?
No, not a year, but because I met him in February and then
Okay.
I got pregnant in October.
Oh, so the same year.
The same year.
Okay. And you mind telling me what happened with that pregnancy?
I told him, and he was like, you're gonna get an abortion, right? And then I was like, I don't know. I don't know yet. And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him, and I was like trying to prove that I wasn't the girl that
Was
wanted
with
him for money.
Okay.
I just care about him, and I just wanted him to be nice to me. That's it. I was like, I don't want your money. I just want you to be nice to me.
Whether you decide to keep the baby or not.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be fair to say that he was an asshole about it? I mean, offering somebody $50,000 to abort a baby, oof, he must really want it gone bad.
I mean, in the beginning, like the first 3.5 years, like the first 4 months, he was really nice. But then after that, he started being an asshole. So like I say, like the first 3.5 years, he was like mean to me.
So when you say mean, describe it.
He was like always belittling me, and always like, he was like mentally, emotionally, and physically abusing.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the first time we've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
There was an incident, of course, with Cassie, where reporters are saying that the police were called because they got into an altercation. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Tell me some of the things that he would say to you.
He would always compare me to Cassie and tell me that I'm the bad one and she's the good one.
And he was with both of you guys at the same time.
Yeah. And
Remember that whole back and forth they had when Gina posted that photo of Diddy kissing her on the cheek? Well, Miami didn't like that, and she took to Twitter to accuse Gina of chasing clout, saying, "Somebody please give this beast some attention." Gina replied on her Instagram stories, writing, "If anyone's seeking attention, it's you. Suck my D, I'm giving F." Well, then Miami claimed that Gina was trying to use her for clout, and she said, "Attention, B, I am the attention. Let's be clear. Notice me, please, B, go sit down. We see you, relax, it's okay. You've been around, just around for years. You've been waiting on this moment. If he can't make you famous, B, I ain't arguing with no B that got cheap limbaugh carpet in their house effing on a billionaire. You freaky B." Gina responded to Miami, writing, "Why you so pressed, mama? I thought you was a city girl." And Miami hit back saying, "I am, and that's why I F on your man and I ain't coming off him. I don't care how many pics you post. Get that hair braid and leave." Well, Gina also hinted that Miami would dictate their actions during their encounters, and it seems there's been evidence of this staring us in the face all along. During one heated exchange between Gina and Miami even went as far as threatening her with a freak off. She wrote, "If I wanted you to eat my P, Diddy would have had you on your knees. You a eater. Gina, you've been down bad ever since I came into the picture. You've been crying for a baby for 10 years. You've been around as a B to eat P and D when he feel like it. You a eater. You the same B that was crying on Tasha K because you wanted a baby. Poor sushi." But the interesting thing about this is the theory of Gina being victim 3 kind of aligns with what the feds said about victim in the superseding indictment when they filed against Diddy last year. The new indictment said, at all times relevant to this indictment, Sean Combs, the defendant, engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of toward women and other individuals. This was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. As part of his pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated women to participate in orchestrated performances of sexual activity with Combs and at times with Combs and male commercial workers. At times, Combs and others acting at his direction made arrangements for women in commercial sex workers to fly to Combs' location. Combs ensured participation from the women by, among other things, obtaining and distributing to them, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and threatening to cut off the same, and using intimidation and violence. They had then added new charges, writing, Combs and other members and associates of the Combs enterprise wielded the power and prestige of Combs' role to intimidate, threaten, and lure female into Combs' orbit, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship. Combs then used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims, including but not limited to 3 female victims, 1, 2, and 3, to engage in commercial acts in connection with the commercial acts. Combs provided the victim with, among other things, monetary payments, career opportunities, and payment of rent and housing expenses. Y'all, it continued. Some of the commercial acts involved male commercial workers and were referred to by Combs as, among other things, freak-offs. Freak-offs were elaborate and produced performances that Combs arranged, directed, during, and often electronically recorded. In arranging these freak-offs, Combs, with the assistance of other members and associates of the Combs enterprise, transported and caused to be transported commercial workers across the state lines and internationally. Well, Diddy has also been accused of allegedly forcing women to sleep with other men at his parties in exchange for money. Now, before we dive into what the feds have to say about all that, let's make one thing clear. Did not want to participate in these activities, but according to the feds, Diddy allegedly coerced her into doing so, then had her take payment for it. The reasoning behind this, they claim, was so he could deny any wrongdoing, arguing that she was just getting paid for her services that she provided. And given how many people online have been quick to judge the of Diddy's wild parties, it's easy to see how this could discredit anyone trying to speak out against him. Well, the indictment document said from at least or in about 2009 up to and including in or about 2018 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs knowingly recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, and solicited by any means a person to engage in commercial act and willfully caused the same, to wit, Combs recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, and maintained 1 and attempted, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused 1 to engage in commercial acts, knowing in reckless disregard of the fact that 1 was engaging in commercial acts as a result of force, fraud, and coercion. Now, like I said, didn't want to do it, and given Cassie's claims of how Diddy forced her to do things that she didn't want to do, it's not hard to see why more women might have fallen victim. Speaking of Cassie, the feds claim that even after Cassie exposed him in 2023, he continued to engage in this stuff up until the time he was raided and arrested. The document said from at least in or about 2021 up to and including in or about 2024 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs knowingly recruited, enticed, and solicited by any means a person, knowing that means of force, threats of force, fraud, and coercion would be used to cause the person to engage in commercial act and attempted, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused the same, to wit, Combs recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, and maintained victim 2, and attempted and aided and abetted and willfully caused victim 2 to engage in commercial acts, knowing and in reckless disregard of the fact that 2 was engaging in commercial acts as a result of force, fraud, and coercion. So even after all the chaos that went down, Diddy was still allegedly throwing these freak-offs and forcing women to do whatever he wanted. The feds are also trying to push hard for the court to make Diddy forfeit assets he gained from what they're calling his alleged criminal empire. And considering most of his wealth comes from Bad Boy and its related ventures, he might be running out of money faster than anybody expected. The document said, as a result of committing the offense alleged in count 1 of his indictment, Sean Combs shall forfeit to the United States any and all interest in securities of, claims against, and property of contractual rights of any kind affording a source of influence over the enterprise named and described herein, which the defendant established, operated, controlled, conducted, and participated in the conduct of, any and all property constituting and derived from proceeds obtained directly and indirectly said offense, including but not limited to a sum of money in the United States currency currency representing the amount of proceeds traceable to the commission of said offense. Basically, any money that he might have made doing his shenanigans. They also said defendant shall forfeit to the United States any and all property, real and personal, involved in, used, or intended to be used to commit or to facilitate the commission of said offenses, and any and all property traceable to such property, and any and all property, real and personal, constituting and derived from proceeds obtained directly or indirectly as a result of said offenses, including but not limited to a sum of money in United States currency, representing the amount of property involved in said offenses and proceeds traceable to the commission of said offenses. Meaning, we want all your property that could have been done by your shenanigans too. But at the time, Diddy's lawyers denied the allegations, saying these are not new allegations or new accusers. These are the same individuals, former long-term girlfriends who are involved in consensual relationships. This was their private life defined by consent, not coercion. Now, this part was what made fans believe that he was talking about Gina, because it adds up well. And the timeline kind of tracks too, because if victim 3 really is Gina, then it makes sense that Diddy would know where and how to find her, allegedly. Now, Jaguar Wright didn't confirm or deny who 3 is, but she made it clear that she believes that Diddy staged something. According to her, it's no coincidence that the timing of victim 3's disappearance aligned so well with the start of the trial. She thinks the feds need to do some investigation and that the results of this investigation might shock all of us. But do you think that Jaguar Wright is about Diddy orchestrating this, or do you think that she's up to her old tricks, starting up drama? Drop your thoughts and comments below and then check out this next video.